Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is February the 5th, 2019. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Strong hand, offended by selling. Be a unique beast, unconfiscatable. Holder of last resort. Check out the links below, people. Disruptmeister.com, TechBalt, TCHBLT.com. And yeah, you can follow me there on Twitter. So Friday's show is This Week in Bitcoin. You can watch last Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show, of course, listed below. So it'll be on at 1 p.m. London time, which I've been doing for the last few weeks since I've been in Israel. And I have one guest booked so far. Hopefully we'll have 3. But Sarah from Israel, you saw her at the 10-year party briefly. Well, she's going to make an appearance on the show if all goes well. I know a few of you know her and are probably excited that Sarah will be on the show on Friday with at least, hopefully, 2 other guests. So tune in on Friday at 1 p.m. London time. That is 8 a.m. in New York. And yesterday I was wearing that Honey Badger shirt I got at the party, and I forgot to mention my Honey Badger hoodie that Sarah has, and a lot of people at the Tel Aviv Bitcoin Embassy have it because they put on the party, and they're great. And Tel Aviv's a blast for Bitcoin people. But it's just a great community. I mean, they got a headquarters. I mean, they got a place to meet. And, oh, yeah, on Thursday, I was just informed that Brian, the UK Bitcoin master, is going to do his first live show ever. You know, he has a channel, UK Bitcoin Master, but all of his shows have been taped. Now he's going to do a live stream. So welcome to the world of live stream. Come on, he's in motion. Go check him out. Follow him, of course. Watch his videos, especially if you're new to the space. He's good. He's good with keeping it real for the newbies out there. Now, let's move on to the news of the day. This is linked to below, of course, like everything else I talk about in this video. Always check out those links because, you know, me just talking about it, it's not enough. You got to read in order to learn. So SEC Commissioner Jackson, in an interview to be published next week, is optimistic that a fund based in Bitcoin will eventually be approved. Expresses concern about the proposed ETFs submitted to date. Uh-oh. Well, there you go. You're getting a little taste of something that's going to be revealed soon about something we know is going to eventually happen. So, yeah, he's saying eventually there will be a fund based on Bitcoin. We all know that already. But, hey, if you need reassurance, Mr. SEC is going to reassure you in a few days. They're going to publish that. But if you need FUD, he expresses concern about the proposed ETFs. So obviously it'll happen one day, but they're going to take their time and they're going to approve it when they darn feel like it, and that ETF is just the way they want it, or maybe at the point when they've acquired so much Bitcoin personally that they don't care anymore. Ooh, pound that like button. Because remember, and I think Murad pointed this out, or someone, Murad, I'm just going from memory here. I think he retweeted this. Because, you know, some of these individuals at these organizations, these regulatory organizations, they take their time. But the people that work at these organizations, they have a lot of incentive to buy Bitcoin and to be involved in Bitcoin. So there's some should we say some conflict of interest there, or individuals are going to look out for themselves and then they'll take care of everybody else. So why don't you act as an individual, as some of these employees at the SEC probably are, and, you know, hold your Bitcoin, get your Bitcoin, and don't worry about when the SEC will give it the stamp of approval for a fund based in Bitcoin. Okay, that's for all you SEC freaks out there. Someone else would have mentioned it, so why not bring it up here? Okay, so what's this? Oh, this is really strange. I think this is from yesterday, but I haven't heard that many. I only heard this mentioned in a few different one place or a couple places on Twitter. And BSV, the crypto dividend of Bcash, the one with the big blocks, the really big blocks. Here's a quote from an article linked to below. I'm going to be careful with my words here. A change to the Bitcoin to BSV's protocol has inadvertently led to child exploitation material being posted to its blockchain, forcing apps and block explorers into actively monitoring the network for illegal content. This was made possible after community members increased the amount of data accepted in transactions by 450 times to 100 KB, allowing for images, video, and audio to be stored in BSV's blockchain. Whoa, well, fake Satoshi's all into like the law and following the law, and now he's, because he allowed set up the BSV in a way where you can post photos and image and videos on there. I don't know, maybe since he's the figurehead behind there, since it is centralized, he's going to be in trouble for this kind of thing. I mean, he is the stickler for law, apparently. Remember some of his raving tweets were all about following the law. Well, now he's got a law issue there, it looks like, with his BSV. I'm just sharing this news. I don't have much to say about it. I think it's sickening. But you can read the article below. Colonel Swan Jr. just he sent $5 again, just like he did yesterday in the super chat. Thank you, Colonel Swan Jr. And he says, just sent you, 0.344 Litecoin because I hold my precious Bitcoin, which is like a precious black swan. Dude, well, thank you for holding your Bitcoin, first of all. And thank you for sending me Litecoin again. And thank you for everyone who supports this channel. And, Colonel Swan Jr. sent Litecoin yesterday and today, and someone else has sent it recently. So thank you to everyone who sent me Litecoin. You can send me Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever I have listed below. I have things listed below. And yeah, I'm holding my Bitcoin. I value my wealth in Bitcoin. Thank you, Colonel Swan Jr., for the support. Okay. We talked about BSV and that sickening news. And now, what else? Oh, remember, this is your daily dose of strong hand. Oh, yeah. So take that strong hand and pound that like button. Okay. Cyclical, some new crypto noise. Well, it's not new. This crypto noise has been coming out a bit lately. And I just said, you know what, you're going to have to add this to the regular cycle of crypto noise. Every 3 to 4 to 6 months or every year, who knows what the exact cycle will be. It will vary. You're going to hear this FUD over and over. And the dude who posted this tweet, he's clearly just trying to trigger people. So with crypto noise, with FUD, and you can't fall for it. You got to say, hey, dude, walk the walk instead of just talking the talk. So what am I talking about here? This is from M.H. Lungo. And apparently he was at some very important meeting. And he says, I was the guy that said we might have to one day raise the Bitcoin supply cap. Fight me. Fight me. Oh. Go ahead. And so what I say to this is, yeah, obviously he's starting. I mean, he's bored. He's trolling. I don't know. I mean, does he really care about how much Bitcoin's out there? So, dude, you think that the Bitcoin supply cap should be raised? There should be more than 21 million? I think a lot of people don't think. I know a lot of people don't think that. I mean, that's why they got into this thing. That's a very important aspect. But if you don't think that's an important aspect, go ahead and fork it, dude. Come on, man. You're talking the talk. Walk the walk. If you think this is so important, go fork Bitcoin. Have a Bitcoin that has 210 million or 42 million or 63 million, pick your number. 69 million. Yeah, that was immature, wasn't it? And so, yeah, yes. Why not 69 million? You seem like, someone who would, just wants to like get some laughs and stuff. So come on, dude. But no, all these people who are going to keep on talking about this increasing the supply cap, I think they're doing it to troll, because if they weren't, they could do it if it was so important and they thought, this is the real Bitcoin. They could fork it off and then everyone would join their Bitcoin because they are so smart. They know that Bitcoin should have 69 million Bitcoin, not 21 million, and everyone it'll be very popular, right? Go ahead. No, so so that's the thing. If you're on Twitter and you want to reply to someone like this, I say just ignore them. Just say, yeah, that's cool. You should increase the supply cap. Make your own Bitcoin. See how it goes. Anyone can, give me your free Bitcoin. Great. You're 69. You can call it Bitcoin 69. And then I can sell your Bitcoin 69 for 69 cents or whatever it's worth. All right. So yeah, but that line of crypto noise, this guy will come and go. Okay. There'll be other dudes like this in the future. We're going to actually have to deal with this for the next 120 years, I would say. Because that's what's going to be. It's going to be like 120 years until the last Bitcoin is produced. So we're going to hear this for 120 years. God willing, we all live that long. All right. Pound that like button for increased technology that allows us to live until past 120 years. That would be so great, wouldn't it? Okie dokie. Bitcoin memes today just sent, I think it's 20 Norwegian krona. 474 days until the 2020 halving. The rarity doubles. All right, dude. Yeah, I guess it is 474 days away. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm trying to enjoy my 2019. I know 2020, man, we're going to be in a new decade. That's going to be wild stuff. But thank you for the reminder, and thank you for the 20 Norwegian krona. And I do like Norway. I like my Bergen, Norway. Pound that like button. And you know what? You can value your wealth in Bitcoin, but when you're jogging around Bergen, Norway, or Oslo, and it just happens to be June, and it happens to be the biggest 3-week heat wave like in a decade, you can admire some other things that you used to value your wealth in. But they're laying out there in the parks, because it's dark and rainy in Norway most of the time. So all the certain fairer people come out to get suntans. They put on their bikinis. It's quite a sight to see. Makes you run faster, but you still are valuing your wealth in Bitcoin. Anyway, I like Norway. Had fun up there because I value my wealth in Bitcoin. But there were some nice scenes also. Got to admit it. Okie dokie. Stablecoin news here. Oh no. I almost skipped the story. Blockstream. They have a tweet out there regarding the recent discussion around exchange distrust. We think it's time for the industry to settle on a standard for proving Bitcoin holdings. So we published a new open source proof of reserve tool. Don't trust, verify. Okay, that's cool. That, these obviously so many of these exchanges, or maybe all of them, are lying about what they have. So you want them to prove their reserves. This is on the same line of thinking of proof of keys that Trace came up with. The threat of everybody removing their Bitcoin from these exchanges might make them consider this proof of reserves tool. Or you could just use Bisq, where they don't keep any coins on any exchange. It's decentralized. It's fun to play around with. You can experiment. And I really think this Bisq thing, I don't know, first of all, you can't be a newbie to use it, but if you build up your skill level, and it's going to become easier soon. I think Sarah knows about this Bisq thing. Maybe I'll ask her about it on Friday. But at the Tel Aviv Bitcoin exchange, Bitcoin embassy, I met a guy from Sweden there. Their visitors come all the time there on Sunday night. And he was telling me about Bisq, how he loves Bisq, and how some improvement is coming to Bisq soon. So yeah, with an exchange like Bisq, you don't have to worry about funds there. That's great. I mean, if you choose to, well, first of all, I would never imagine, I'm offended by selling, so I don't think you'd be selling your Bitcoin there. I would think you would be selling one of your crypto dividends there, or there's some altcoin, whatever, some random altcoin somebody gave you there. And so you don't have to worry about what proof of reserves at Bisq, because there's no reserves there. It's not where it's decentralized. It works a completely different way. But I do think Bisq is going to become bigger soon enough, and I might start promoting it more. I might have some ideas with it. I've talked about some different things. I'm working on some things, working on some ideas here. All right. But again, it's all to get more Bitcoin, baby. You remember, offended by selling, strong hand, deferral of gratification. Pound that like button. Now, CoinDesk. Now, I don't usually talk about CoinDesk articles because, well, they're pretty lame, and everybody else talks about them. But this one jumped out at me. What is this? Winklevoss exchange Gemini shuts down accounts over stablecoin redemptions. Now, we heard about this before. There were rumors about this. Maybe it's a little bit more official now, that people who were using the Gemini stablecoin for trading, they were earning their stablecoin. Well, they wanted real money for it. And the Gemini found the reason not to say, we don't want to do business with you anymore. So again, this is what you get into when you're a trader and when you're dealing with a centralized coin and a centralized exchange. You're playing by their rules. And you can complain, but this is where the big boys play. My advice is just to, value your wealth in Bitcoin and, stop trying to, you're trying to gain more dollars. So you're trying to get around it by playing with stable coins. You thought that made it easier. And now you don't even have an account with them anymore. And are you going to get your dollars in the long run? I have no idea. But that's the rules of their game, that you enter to play with them, because you were valuing your wealth in fiat. So you played with some stable coin. What can I say? Value your wealth in Bitcoin. And you know what? I can curse at the Winklevoss, but I'm not. It's people entered into agreements with them. You should have known better. We've been saying this for a while. There've been rumors of this for a while. They can just turn you off whenever they want to. But again, if you value your wealth in Bitcoin, if you're accumulating Bitcoin and putting it into your Trezor, no one can take that away from you. No one can reverse that, shut you off there or anything. Here's a tweet from, this is a good one. If the Quadriga guy is actually dead and not scamming, he just burned 0.25% of the Bitcoin supply. Now, it actually isn't that much, but if he is really dead, yeah, it's quite a few Bitcoin that no one's ever going to get their hands on. So it's a present to the rest of us, I guess. And again, I hope the guy isn't dead. I hope everyone can get their Bitcoin back and that he's not dead. But yeah, who knows? Now another controversial figure, Ross Ulbricht. There's a story about his mother in Breaker magazine, and I linked to it below. And I think she wants President Trump to forgive her son to get him out of jail. I haven't read the whole article. It's, a lot of people want to free Ross and everything, so I'm sharing that. You can do your own research and read that article. Peter Todd has a tweet out there. Oh, we're down to the Zcash section of the show, I guess. He says, fixed Zcash counterfeiting vulnerability. This vulnerability is so subtle that it evaded years of analysis by expert cryptographers focused on zero-knowledge proving systems. Reality is bleeding edge. Crypto is risky. Second inflation bug they've had. Okay. Hey, man, I value my wealth in Bitcoin, so I wouldn't be holding that nonsense. But let them experiment. People got to know that one of these days, one of these inflation bugs is going to get caught, and that'll be pretty nasty if someone's able to inflate one of these coins just out of the blue. Now, I don't know if this situation, this inflation bug, which has been caught, which is, it's the counterfeiting vulnerability is gone. If this inspired the following tweet, but Edward Snowden, of all people, who a lot of people put up on a worshiping pedestal for various reasons, and think he's got a lot of insider information. Obviously he's definitely been involved in some behind the scenes things. I don't know what he knows about cryptocurrency, And if people should be blowing their minds over what he says about cryptocurrency, but he has something to say about Zcash. And well, anyway, this should cause a lot of conspiracy theorists to go insane. Also, like, oh, he mentioned Zcash. Clearly, it's a government front. Oh, you see. Yeah. What, I don't know what stories people will come up from this little tweet here, but let's say a lot of people wonder why I like Zcash despite the founder's reward. Here's a reason: that tax funds a quality team that catches and kills serious bugs in-house before they get exploited. Some other projects learn about bugs like this only after people have lost money. So, I mean, he must have put this out there because of saying, well, they found this problem, and the reason they found this problem is because the founders are paid with a tax. Hey, guys, don't put the man on a pedestal. This isn't. Some people are going to say, oh, if Snowden likes Zcash, it must be the best crypto out there. No, we put no one on a pedestal. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Edward Snowden can say what he's going to say. And you know what? It's if you take it too seriously, I mean, maybe he'll start tweeting a lot about crypto. It'll become a bunch of crypto noise. You'll become a weak hand and be like, oh, better get me some Snowden Zcash coin. Anyway, don't do that. You value your wealth in Bitcoin. Start with that one Bitcoin. From there, 2 Bitcoin, 3, 10, 100, 300, 1,000. Who knows what's next? But this is the One Bitcoin Show. I do this show I do a show here every day of the week. It's not always the One Bitcoin Show. Other than Friday and Saturday, it usually is, though. So pound that like button, bang that bell button, click on those squares that you see if you're watching this tape. Check out all the links below. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video and share the video. I'm TechBalt, TechBalt on Twitter, and watch Brian's channel also on Thursday, which I guess is in 2 days, so maybe I can remind you again. I'll say hi to you in the chat right now.